Have you ever felt trapped by your own thoughts, haunted by worries you can't seem to escape? Have you ever wondered if there's a single, fundamental truth that could free you from the endless cycle of pain, frustration, and confusion? Welcome back to our channel, dear friends. I'm grateful to see you here again. In today's video, we are going to uncover a teaching that is so profound, so elegantly simple, and yet so rarely understood, that it has been called the very fingerprint of the Buddha's wisdom, the four seals of Dharma. These four essential truths, gifted directly by the Buddha to the Dragon King in a lesser-known but astonishingly powerful sutra, contain everything you need to break through the illusions that keep you suffering. This isn't philosophy, this is freedom. We'll explore these four seals in detail today, and not just their meaning, but how they actually function in real life. We'll tell stories. We'll journey into the heart of pain and back out again, and you'll discover how even a short sutra, when internalized deeply, can untie the knots of karma that have bound you for lifetimes. Let's begin our story with a question. What if everything you believe about suffering is incomplete? What if the way you view the world, your fears, your goals, your regrets was based on illusions so subtle, you didn't even know they were there? This is what happened to Amanda, one of the Buddha's closest disciples. One day, the Buddha gave a teaching not to humans, but to the Dragon King of the sea. Says, you heard that right. In Buddhist cosmology, dragons are not myths, they are celestial beings with consciousness, capable of seeking the Dharma just like you and me. The Buddha gave this teaching, what we now call the Sutra on the Four Seals of Dharma, to help the Dragon King understand how to liberate his own realm from suffering. In it, he outlined four core insights. These were new ideas. They were the summary, the crystallization, the heart of everything he had ever taught. And they apply just as much to you and me as they did to a cosmic dragon. The four seals are as follows. All conditioned phenomena are impermanent. All phenomena are empty and devoid of a self. Nirvana is peace. All contaminated phenomena are suffering. These may seem abstract, even cryptic, but when lived, they change everything. Let's start with the first seal. All conditioned phenomena are impermanent. What does this mean? It means everything that arises due to causes and conditions, your relationships, your body, your job, your emotions, even your thoughts, is temporary. It will fade. It will pass. It will change. It seems obvious, right? But how often do we live as if it's not true? We fall in love and expect it to last forever. We buy a house and expect it to bring lasting security. We feel joy and expect it to stay. And life happens. People leave. Jobs vanish. Bodies age. Shui fades. And we suffer not because of the events, but because of our expectations. Here's a woman named Claire who lost her son in a car accident. For years, she couldn't breathe without pain. One day, she met a teacher who gently whispered to her, nothing stays, not even grief. At first, she was angry, but then she realized that the impermanence of life was not cruel, it was compassionate, because just as joy fades, so does sorrow. She began to see her son not as someone lost forever, but as a beautiful moment gifted to her by time. A moment that had passed, yes, but had existed. And in that realization, she found peace. The second C, all phenomena are empty and devoid of a self. This is perhaps the most radical teaching in Buddhism. It tells us that nothing has inherent, fixed identity, and not you, not me, not even the Buddha. We are collections of causes, conditions, memories, perceptions. What you call self is a label applied to a constantly changing process. And does this matter? Because if the self is not fixed, then neither is your pain, neither is your identity. You are not your failures. You are not your past. You are not your depression or anxiety or guilt. These are passing clouds. You, like the sky, remain open, vast, and free. Here's a man named Joseph who struggled with addiction for years. He thought of himself as broken, unworthy, a lost cause. But through meditation and study of this teaching, he began to see that the self who made those choices was gone. The self who sat meditating was new. He wasn't recovering, he was reborn. Not once, but every moment. The third C, Nirvana is peace. What is nirvana? It's not a place. It's not a reward. It's the end of clinging, the cooling of the fire of desire, aversion, and ignorance. When you let go of what you think you need to be happy, when you release your grip on permanence, on ego, on shoulds, what's left isn't emptiness, it's peace. Nirvana is the peace you feel when you stop arguing with reality, when you stop insisting that things be different, when you accept the moment fully, as it is, without resistance. This doesn't mean you give up on changing what needs to be changed. It means you stop fighting life. You become like water flowing, adapting, strong not in resistance, but in surrender. The fourth seal, all contaminated phenomena are suffering. This sounds harsh, but it's true. Contaminated here means touched by ignorance. When we perceive the world through the lens of ego, attachment, and duality, we suffer. Even pleasure, when inclined to, becomes pain. Even success, when feared to lose, becomes a burden. But the suffering is not punishment. It's a message, whisper, red flag from reality saying, you are looking through the wrong lines. And here's the beautiful truth: suffering is not the end. It's the beginning of awakening. One day, a student asked a Zen master, "What is the purpose of pain?" The master replied, "It to wake you up. Every disappointment, every heartbreak, every frustration's not a wall. It's a doorway if you dare to walk through." So how can these four seals help you in your life? At transforming your perspective. When you face loss, remember impermanence. Nothing was ever meant to stay. That's why it was beautiful. When you feel unworthy, remember emptiness. You are not fixed. You are not flawed. You are flowing. When life feels chaotic, remember nirvana. Peace is always available when you let go. When you suffer, remember the fourth seal. This isn't punishment, it's printing you home. You don't need to memorize these truths. You need to live them. Every time you catch yourself clinging, remind yourself, this is impermanent. Every time you judge yourself, whisper, this is not self. Every time you suffer, bow and saying, this is a teacher. And here's the most beautiful part. These four seals are not just truths. They are a compass. The teaching doesn't align with them. It's not the Buddha's teaching. The path doesn't lead toward peace, freedom, and compassion. It's not the Dharma. So when you feel lost, confused, overwhelmed, you come back to these four. Repeat them. Read them. Let them become the soil beneath your feet and the sky above your head. Let them guide you out of illusion, into clarity. Let them turn your suffering into wisdom, your chaos into calm. Because these aren't just seals. They are keys. Unlock the gate to a new way of being, a way beyond fear, beyond confusion, beyond pain. Way of awakening. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video resonated with you, if the four seals have helped you understand something more deeply, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us, how have these truths shown up in your life? What are you letting go of today? Let's walk this path together. Thank you for watching this video.